welcome to Something to Talk About. I'm Linda McNamee, and as you saw from our introduction, for the next hour or so, we're going to be talking about the Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club. What exactly do they do, and how might you get involved? You'll actually have to wait on that. But we are not live this evening, so if you do want to contact us, you can always email me at talk@bcattv.org. Actually, even if you don't have a question for tonight, if you have a suggestion for a future topic, you can also email talk@bcattv.org. I would like to thank my wonderful crew for this evening, giving up yet another evening to hang out at BCAT. We have John Vias and Chris Flaherty, who are staff members here, making sure that us volunteers behave ourselves. And we also have Jolie Atwood, who is a long-standing volunteer, and I'm so happy to see her because it's been a really long time. It seems like a really long time since I've seen her. And definitely I want to thank my husband Paul for staying home for Daddy Date Night. Hopefully homework is done and nighttime routines have begun. So I think that's all my housekeeping. Now I would like to introduce you to one of my two wonderful guests for this evening, Rita Shah, who is the current president of the Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club. Welcome, Rita.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you for having us here today.
So glad you're coming. Now, you've done some stuff for BCAT before, haven't you?
Yes, we have. I have gone through the Burlington school system. My kids have gone through Burlington school system, and I have been part of Burlington community for 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where were you before those 40 years? Or
I was in India before.
Oh, you were?
Yeah. So my first 16 years was in India. Then I moved to Burlington, 82, and then I started Burlington High School and started my life. Yeah.
Now, do you still have like extended family in the area?
So I have 60 members of family living in town.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's pretty awesome.
It is great. We have our own small mini India here.
Good to know. And you guys were always in the 4th of July parade too. You always
Yes,
had the
we
really
are.
cool float with like all the flowers.
Exactly,
I love it.
exactly. Yeah, it was wonderful. I just missed that parade. I hope we'll have it this year.
They're thinking about doing something, but
oh, wonderful. That's great.
not sure it's going to be a normal parade.
Yeah,
So, but
I hope we do it because I think
hope so.
it was so much fun. It's so good to see everybody out and about
It
and
is.
celebrating 4th of July.
so
Yeah.
So anyway, well, you already told me how you came to Burlington and how long you've been here. How did you find out about the Breakfast Rotary Club, and what made you decide to become involved and eventually their president?
Yeah. So the Rotary Club, my uncle in India, in Mumbai, Bombay, was involved for the last 50 years. He was president and governor and all that. So I knew about Rotary when I was young, but then I got busy with my other community work in the town and with the Saheli Domestic Violence Agency. I've been part of it for 25 years. But the way I got involved again with Rotary was Kevin, who was a selectman for the town, I was fundraiser for him and the campaign manager back about 15 years ago. And
your copious spare time.
I know, so
raising kids and
yeah, exactly. But it was great, and he was able to win. And then I ran into the Pooja, our past president, and she's like, "It'd be great to get you involved." And then I saw Kevin. Kevin's like, "It'd be great." And then I said, "Sure." So a couple of years ago, I got involved and got to know about what Rotary does, and it's amazing work, and it's making difference around the world, and how many projects they do around the world, and it's 1.2 billion people are involved around the world. It's really a lot of people.
1.2 billion people that are Rotarians?
There's a lot of people who does such a great projects. It's a projects from water needing in Africa to food for a pandemic around the world in different cities, different countries. So we do have a lot of good work happening in Rotary, and I said, let me be part of it. And the town of Burlington, where we call it the small but mighty club of the Burlington, enriching Burlington, trying to see how we can make a difference in our own community. Because I think one of the things Rotary really believes in is making difference locally, and then slowly if we can go out and make a
Okay.
difference in our community and towns and counties and state and countries, but
Okay.
trying to see how we can make a difference in our own community.
So your work is pretty much just focused in like the Burlington area.
Exactly.
Do you ever like partner and do projects internationally or outside of Burlington?
Yes, so we do have, luckily, Pooja was able to bring us two international members in Delhi, India. So
cool.
we were able to do some work last year in pandemic and provide the food for elderly women who were poor and who were living in these elderly homes.
Okay.
So that was a project done by two members that Pooja brought on board last year.
Wow.
So it is like we are making difference here in Burlington and Burlington Food Pantry and Burlington Youth and Family Services and Girl Scout and Boy Scouts, and then with Saheli and Indian American of Burlington. So we have a lot of partners in the town.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we try to do international work whenever we get a chance to do that. And we have a water project we're going to be partnering with another Rotary Club in Africa. So we are committing in trying to put this to work together. So it is really amazing work, and I would advise or suggest everybody in Burlington to be a part of this wonderful work, because I truly believe what goes around comes around. Whatever we can do to make our community better, that comes back to us.
Yeah, that whole saying, it takes a village. It really does, and you need to be part of that village.
Exactly.
So how do you find these partners? I mean, like the local partners like the food pantry and, Saheli, these are local organizations, but how do you connect with somebody in Africa or in, Bombay or the world is getting smaller, but it's still a pretty big place.
No, it is getting smaller, but the great thing about Rotary is that it is we are connected with each other. So if there is a Rotary Club in India is doing a project, they'll put it out in the Rotary magazine or into the website and to the listserv and say, hey, this is what we are doing project. Please reach out to us if you would like to be a partner, and then we get to connect with them. And if our members are interested in that project, then we'll reach out. So it is a member are the one who decides what project we'll be working on.
Cool. Now, when you decide, are the projects scalable so you can do just a little bit if you have a smaller club, or if it's something that you're really passionate about,
you can
do a much bigger chunk?
Yeah, if we are part of the international global work, then there is 8, 10, 20, 40 clubs become part of it.
Wow.
And then somebody might do $1,000, or somebody might do $20,000. Depending upon your capacity, you can contribute. So it's a really great. It's not like you have to have a fixed amount.
Okay. Now, backing up a little bit, I've heard around town that, yes, there is the Breakfast Rotary Club, but then there's also just the Rotary Club. Why are there two, and do you ever work with each other, and what's that relationship like?
Yeah, so the Rotary Club in Burlington was started about 40 years ago. But about 15 years ago, some of the members who were part of the lunch club or regular Rotary Club, they could not make it at lunchtime for 2 hours. So they said, how can we have still continue to do a good work in the community, but can we do a morning breakfast? So Kevin McLeavy, our founder of the Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club, he came up with the idea saying, let's have a breakfast club. So before you go to work, we can meet up for about an hour, talk about how we can do a project in the community, and it has been 15 years. So it's growing strong. I know when it came out, like people were like, how would you survive, and who wants to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Who wants to be functional at 7 o'clock in the morning?
Exactly.
Will there be coffee? How much coffee will there be?
Exactly. So we were used to, before pandemic, we were used to meet at the Bigfords and have a nice coffee and breakfast, and it was really nice. It was really great. And then just talk about all the projects that we would like to do for this week, and we meet weekly. So it's really great. So every Thursday morning at 7:30. Right now, since the pandemic, March 15th, we have been meeting March 15, 2020, we have been meeting through the Zoom. I know, through the Zoom.
It's been a whole year.
I know it has been. It's like I just can't believe 2020 has just erased from all of our
let's just
memories.
erase it from
our
memory
memories.
completely.
Yeah, exactly. But it has been great. I think all our members who have really adapted to the new technology and been able to be in Zoom and be able to connect with each other, and they have really supported all of our projects to continue for us to do this good work.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned that you get together weekly. How long or how many projects do you generally do in the course of a year? Do you do like a new little project each week? Do you have lots of projects at different stages going on? How do you schedule stuff?
Yeah, so what we do is we ask our members. We said, what are you interested in? What organization you want to partnership and where do you see the need for Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club to make a difference?
Okay.
So like depending on the season, like Christmas time, we work with the people helping people and do get gifts for the vistries and work with them. We do Girl Scout cookie sale. So help the Girl Scout cookies.
Yes.
I know, it's so good. Boy Scout.
I am very grateful that as cookie mom, I finally got all the cookies out of my garage.
Wonderful. That's great. I love those cookies. So it's really great. So this year we were able to do $200 worth of cookies, and we did $100 donation of the cookies to the food pantry. So some of the families who might not be able to afford, they can pass it on to some of the people who pick up those. And then $100 cookies we donated to some Saheli survivors, so they were able to pick up the cookies for their families. So it is really, really wonderful. I think what Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club is doing to help each and every member to fulfill their natural obligation for community service. And they always, all of our members put service above self. So they are always putting how can we service our own community, how can we help our families. Some of the projects we did last year was there was a family who was in whose house was in fire and Maryville, and we were able to raise some funding to help the families. So every day we are asking ourselves and the community, like last couple of weeks ago we did Burlington Youth and Family Services. They had a suicide prevention webinar, so we supported that. And then our fundraisers, that's another thing we are doing is our fundraisers are at least 2 or 3 times a year we try to do that. We did raffle last year and we raised about $4,500. That was good. This is an auction that is a really
tell me more about this.
So the auction,
go into details, girlfriend.
I know. So auction is on May 15th at 6 o'clock.
Okay.
Anybody from across the country can join. It's totally free auction to attend. And then you can buy, we have anything from like $50 to $5,000 of the art. So anything you are interested in, you can bid for it. And if you win the bid, then you'll be able to get a beautiful art. And at the same time, you'll be able to donate the money to the Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club.
All the artwork has been donated?
No, the artwork is going to be, is part of the...
Like commissioned or
yeah, it's commissioned. So
okay.
So it is going to be like about 20% of the proceed is going to come back to us.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So that is going to help us continue doing good projects in Burlington and helping our community.
Excellent. So what kind of the art, is it like just paintings or are they sculptures or
most of our arts are paintings.
Okay.
But they're like famous artists. So
wasn't sure if they were like local
from
artists
like Park West galleries and all that. So it's like really, you'll find some beautiful arts from Disney to Red Sox sports. I mean, all of the arts are there. And you can, about a week before, you can
like preview it?
Preview it, yeah.
Okay. Now, how would somebody find out about that? Would they go onto your website?
Yep. So you can go to burlingtonbreakfastrotary.org. That is our website. As well as you can go look for us on a Facebook. So we are on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, everybody's on
Facebook. So, and then, you can connect with us at burlingtonbreakfastrotary.org. We have an email. You can connect with us. You can call us, me or Pooja, and you'll be able to know more about it. And come and join Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club, because it's a great organization.
Okay.
Our membership is very, very low, and you really get to make a difference in our community.
So it's very low now. How many people roughly? Like,
We have about 18 people, including
that's not
2
bad.
honorary members.
Okay.
And I mean, it is really, really wonderful. Everybody who's involved has been there for a long time and who are committed to this Rotary work.
So you need some fresh new
We are
blood
hoping to
coming
get
in.
some fresh new
Okay.
ideas and fresh new ways of making difference in our community.
Okay. Well, you talked about the art auction. What are some of the other fundraisers that you run?
So let me see. What was our?
Not putting you on the spot or
no,
anything.
I know. I'm just trying to say we did a raffle last. We had like 10 gifts last. We did a
Okay.
raffle. It was a $10 raffle or a 50 book of 6 raffles for $50. And we had $100 gift cards to Wegmans, Target. We had a beautiful silver earrings that was like worth $400.
Oh, wow.
So some people want that. We had a Princess Diamond gift card.
Now, is this also had to be virtual?
Everything was virtual, yeah.
Okay.
Everything was virtual. We picked up the 10 winners for virtually, and we were sold out within 10 days.
Wow.
No, it was amazing. I think we were so shocked at how much great response in pandemic people gave us to do towards our fundraiser. It was amazing.
Okay. Now, we had talked a little bit about, partnering with other organizations and, locally as well as nationally and internationally. Now, looking on your website, the Rotary International had a motto of service above self. I think we kind of touched upon that, but what does that mean to you, and how do you see that in like everyday participation of the Rotarians?
So service above self is anytime we are doing any work under Rotary, we always say, is this something that it is fair to all? Is it something that is people are concerned about?
Okay.
Is this something that is going to benefit everybody who's involved? So we always put ourselves last, and we want to make sure that we are servicing the community and putting ourselves as the last person and not putting our self-interest ahead of everybody else's interest.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is something.
Sometimes that has to be hard, though, to kind of find that balance. Because I'm also thinking of, like, the website also had your goals of diversity, equity, and inclusion, and it seems like over the past year or so, that has really come into the spotlight. So how do you incorporate that in some of the goals and some of the projects that you run?
Yeah. So one thing under Rotary, as well as I think all the work I am doing personally, I feel like anything we are involved with, we do see other person as a human being than anything else. So as one human being to other human being, how can I be part of that person's life to make sure I make a difference in that person's life, not worrying about anything else, not worrying about race, not worrying about culture, not worrying about language, just worrying about how as a one human being to other human being, how can I help? If the other person needs a help, what can I do to make that person's day better, life better?
Okay.
So that is something, and that's the reason inclusion is part of our work every day, because we don't ever think about it why we are doing this project. It is not because that person is a friend of mine or that person is somebody who I know. We are doing it because this is what the community wants, and this is what members wants, and that's why we are doing this project.
Okay. Now, originally when we were talking about planning this, we talked about the Rotary District. Do you feel comfortable telling me more about what the district does and how big the district is? And
so I will let Pooja talk about it.
Pooja will talk about that.
Pooja is our district governor, assistant district governor. So she really has a lot more knowledge, and she has been involved with district for a lot longer than I have.
Okay, so we'll hold that question
yeah.
for later.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about like your target audiences? You know, we were talking earlier about who watches this show. Well, who are your target audiences? Do you normally focus on a particular area of the community, like seniors or, you know, people who need the services of the food pantry? Or what is your target audience when you're either marketing, come and join us, or as you're looking for opportunities to help?
So target audience is almost everybody.
Okay.
So the reason is, if you are interested in being part of something that is making a difference in the community, then you can be our member. So that is something. So anybody, young families, older families, because we have some service projects where we can have families who are involved with the service projects.
Oh, okay.
So then anybody who's a family can really get benefits, and they can teach their kids at a young age how putting service above self can really benefit. I personally have felt like doing the community work for last 30 years, not personally, professionally, but for my family, it has made a big difference, because both of my daughters have been in service field. They have been working for Leahy and in healthcare field.
Wow, okay.
And so I think teaching the kids at young age, how can we work together? How can we be
Like
part of the community and
teaching
help?
empathy.
Teaching empathy, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, and sharing all our resources. I think the resources that we have, that we might have earned over the time, through our work or whatever, it is everybody's resources. I think I like to go back to the old philosophy, or whatever you call it, because I think if all of us are working together, we should be able to fulfill the basic needs of food, clothing, and shelter for each and everybody in our community. So I think that is one thing, truly I believe, that everybody who wants to make a difference and want to help the families, they can be part of it. And then we have this technology assistance service project we started during the pandemic, because we heard from the Burlington Council on Aging that a lot of seniors were isolated at home. They didn't know what to do, how to connect with technology. So our youth volunteers from the Burlington High School, we were able to get 4 young women who were really good at technology. They volunteered, and then we partnered with the Burlington Council on Aging. So they put it out, the application, into their newsletter, saying, if you are interested in connecting with the outside world, please let us know. And our volunteers with the mask, they were able to go to the people, seniors' home, and teach them how to connect onto Zoom, how to connect with their grandchildren, how to connect with their.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
It's really great. I mean, we are so proud of all those volunteers, and they have done a really amazing work and made a difference in the seniors' life. And we got such a beautiful letters from seniors saying, thank you, Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club, for starting this project, because without this, we would not be able to connect with our loved ones in the pandemic.
Now, is that still like an ongoing
project? It's still
project?
going ongoing project.
Cool. So it's not like a one-time thing.
No, we are still continuing the project, and anytime any seniors needs any help, they can call Burlington Council on Aging, fill out one pager, and they will be able to connect with us through the phone. Even they can just give that information, and we will have within 24 hours to 48 hours, youth called them and then connect with them and set up whatever they need set up with.
Cool.
Yeah, I know, it's wonderful. It's really, really a great service in the community.
Yeah, I know my parents are always saying, you know, if they have a hard time working their phones or something,
exactly,
the professional at the store is going, you got any grandkids? Have them show you.
Exactly.
And yeah, I give my phone to my kid and say, here, fix this.
Exactly.
And they do.
They do. They are so smart.
So you were talking, well, it's also what they've grown up with. So you mentioned going to the high school for youth. Is there a Breakfast Rotary Junior Club in the school? What's it called, and how is the extracurricular club at school related to the adult version?
So we have a high school Rotaract Club. So they are the one who are getting together now. With the pandemic, a lot less, but in the before the pandemic, they were used to get together, and they would talk about the similar kind of service projects that they can do to make a
Okay.
difference in the community.
Okay.
So that club is part of the Burlington Lunch Club, but some of
Okay.
those kids are still involved in some of our senior
Oh,
technology assistance
cool.
programs. So all of us work together. I think we all
Okay.
have a same goal, how to
Right.
make a Burlington a better community for all the residents.
Yeah, let's stop reinventing the wheel. Let's pool our
Exactly.
resources and, exactly.
Yeah.
So, last question. I'm not even going to look at this. What you've been involved in Burlington Breakfast Rotary for a while. What is your best memory or the most vivid memory or your most passionate project that you've worked on?
I think the seniors technology assistance project. I think just seeing that smile on their face and just seeing how happy they are. I think that is our top project where we feel like we are able to make a one senior at a time difference in their lives. Because many of them were very isolated in pandemic and they felt like they could not go to senior center, they could not leave the home because they were afraid of corona, and now they are able to see other faces, they are able to sign up for their Medicare, they are able to look at their checking account, they are able to order groceries. There's so much things they are able to do and connect with the outside world that they were not able to do.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
that is the best memory I have.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So I think Chris has some slides or some photos that you and Pooja had sent us. So we're going to take a look at some of them now of all the different projects that you've worked on over the past couple of years.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
let's take a
Thank
look.
you, Linda, for having us, and
Right.
it has been a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you. I really like that song.
I know.
Kind of catchy. So, anyway, we thank you for the short break, and hopefully, you enjoyed seeing some of those photos. It's amazing the diverse scope of all those different projects are that Burlington Breakfast Rotary provides. So, now we did a little magical musical chairs, and joining me now is Pooja Singla.
Pooja Singla.
Singla. Okay. I knew I'd screw it up. So I apologize for that. But you are the past president
Yes.
of the Burlington Breakfast Rotary.
Yes.
So
Yes. Thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you
I
for
really
coming.
appreciate. Yes, I was the past president, and
Okay.
now I am so fortunate to be in the role of assistant governor starting from July 1st. So
Wow.
this is a good thing about Rotary, that we promote leadership and the professional development, of course. So they help us big time. I never knew I had the potential, but I found out when I joined Rotary.
Excellent. Well, before we get into why you joined, can we back up a little bit and
Sure.
can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, how you came to Burlington, and then we'll talk about how you got involved in Breakfast Rotary.
Definitely. I was born and grown up in India. So,
Oh, okay.
yes, and then it had been a journey from India to England to USA,
Oh, wow.
and the opportunity embarked on our journey. So we went to East Coast to West Coast and then back to East Coast, and now we are in Burlington.
Wow.
Because my husband's uncle, he had been living in Burlington. So I thought
So there's that
maybe
family connection.
when our kids are grown and gone, so I say it's time for us to move to closer to our family. So we come
They
here.
can come back here.
Exactly.
Well, I'm glad you're here now.
Yes, thank you.
So
I'm
how
glad. Mhm.
how did you first find out about the Breakfast Rotary Club and what motivated you to get involved?
Yeah, I had heard about Rotary in India because it's biggie in India.
Oh, okay.
And then I did not care about, at that time when I was growing up, going to school, not getting involved as much. But when we came to Burlington, and then it was new place for me, and then
Okay.
I wanted to get connected to the community. And one of my relative who is already a president in India of a Rotary Club, he said, why don't you try to go to Rotary and see what they have to do? Maybe you find your passion there.
And guess what?
And guess what? I did not know about that. I was volunteering at the food pantry at that time.
Which is still a really good.
Yes, I was volunteering in the
Okay.
community, but I thought I could do more than just doing little things here and there. So I was there just delivering food to people, and then I noticed there was a little tiny paper slip from the newspaper cutting. It says, Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club helped the food pantry. So because he already told me that why don't you join Rotary, and that spoke loudly to me.
Excellent.
So then I connected with Rotary Club.
Okay.
Mike Fazio, he was the past president, and now he's a secretary of the club.
Oh,
So I
okay.
called him and I said, why don't you come tomorrow? We are meeting tomorrow. So I went there, and the rest is history. Here I am.
Excellent. So you were president
Yes.
for, is it a 1-year term?
Yes.
Okay, and now when Rita was on, you had mentioned that you're part of the, what is it, the Rotary District?
Rotary District, there is a hierarchy, I should
Okay,
say.
yeah. Tell me more about that, please.
It's a Rotary International. So one person, he was an attorney, Paul Harris. He started this Rotary Club in about 116 years ago.
Wow.
1905. And then he started in Chicago, Evanston. We have the head office there. And it was like 5 people. They started to do that, and they started to meet in the basement, and then they started to rotate 5 places.
Oh,
5.
so hence the
So
name
they
Rotary,
call
'cause
it
you
Rotary. And then it was just a little place, and who knew it will become international someday. So now we have 1.2 billion people and over 35,000 clubs all over the world. And
Wow.
yeah, and then under international, because international is so huge, then we have zones, and then we have the districts,
Okay.
the regions, and then the district covers the clubs. So we are
So
one.
kind of just
Yeah, it's
facilitates communication.
exactly. Rotary International, they do all the policies and procedures, and there are some protocols. So everything is, looked up to, like we are not doing something that's not
Right.
appropriate.
Because you have their name, and they want to make sure their
Exactly.
name maintains
Exactly.
that status.
So
Okay.
motto is the same. We all follow that motto, their protocols, their mission and their vision, and then the district covers us, and we are 47 clubs under District 7930. That's our club,
Okay.
our district
How big's
7930.
the district?
District is covering New Hampshire, Salem, the Boston area.
Okay.
And yeah, there are 47 clubs like Danvers, there are like Wakefield, Boston, like
Just trying to get a
the-
general idea of how
right,
big a
right.
district.
It's big. It's in New Hampshire also.
Oh, okay.
So we come under Zone 32, District
Okay.
7930, and we are one of the clubs here in Burlington. They come under that district.
Okay. Now, with that hierarchy, I totally forgot what I was going to say. So, how did you get involved? Now, do you hold a position at the district level?
Yes.
How did you get involved with that? Is that like while you were president, or is that like the natural?
No,
Next step.
it's a natural progression also, but it's again, if you want to get involved, they see.
Okay.
Because when I was president, our club, it got the accolade, and we won platinum status on our citations.
Oh, excellent.
So that was, I was told that it was for the first time that the club got this platinum citation,
Wow.
and I got the presidential, kind of thing.
Cool.
The club,
Right.
it's the club. I would say all the club members are such an integrity here,
Oh, great.
because they gave me the platform, not me,
Okay.
us, like community.
Right.
Because Kevin McKelvey,
They supported you.
I should, I am so fan of this Kevin McKelvey. He
Okay.
is the father of our club. He started
okay.
15 years ago in 2005. And then he is ingraining all the values and culture in the coming
Okay.
presidents, and supporting, and everyone does the big things, because we have to listen to everyone, because every person represents BBRC.
Okay.
BBRC is Breakfast Rotary Club, Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club. So it's not just the club. It's every person when goes out, it says, oh, he's Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club, she's Burlington
Okay.
Breakfast Rotary Club. And they reach out to whatever their networking is, and lots of people are going to veterans places, they are
Okay.
helping veterans, and the food pantry, and all those projects, they are coming in. So everybody is bringing something in. Then we discuss. I say, oh, this
Okay.
is feasible. Let's go. This is making difference in the community.
How do you prioritize? Because if you get all these great ideas all at the same time, you don't want to exhaust your resources. So is it like a discussion, or is it how do you come up with the decision or the timeline of who to help and when?
It's a great question. Thank you.
I know
for
it
asking.
wasn't on the cheat
But
sheet,
they are
but
not. We just see how many resources are, and
Okay.
how we can utilize, because of course not everything comes at the same time. It's a
Right.
progression, right?
Right.
So we have one project there, for example, there was one project for the mask delivery, for example, right?
Okay.
And district helps us. This food pantry, this has been an ongoing project that we support.
Okay.
So one of our, we have some businesses here in the area. They are like business owners are our
Okay.
members here. We are
Okay.
collaborating with some organizations and businesses. So
Okay.
this Honda Motors here in Burlington,
Mhm.
they have their manager is our member here.
Oh,
And
okay.
he has dedicated a van to a person who will take the van to the food bank and bring the food and deliver to the food pantry every other
Excellent.
Tuesday before. But now they have their own van, so we are not doing that.
Okay.
But still, we are providing food from the projects. During the disaster, there was all the shelves were empty. Food bank was running out of food.
Yeah.
So district helped us big time.
Okay.
District runs out some of the grants. We raise fund and
Okay.
then district matches 50%, like 50-50 we are
Oh,
like. If it
okay,
is a
wow.
$1,000 project,
Okay.
so district would put $500 into that one, and
Okay.
then club raises fund for 500, so it is like doubling up.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that's how we won the grant for the disaster relief. And
Okay.
then we prioritize because like food, shelter, and clothing, they are the first need.
Right.
And then the other things come second. And then the district got some masks also, and we raised some funds as well.
Okay.
So we got about 6,000 masks, and so we
Wow.
deliver to the needy people, and we
Okay.
deliver to the town hall and fire station, police station, board of health, and they all appreciated that because that was the most needed thing at that time.
Oh yeah.
So that's how we see what is more need, and
Okay.
like Rita already said, we
So
gave
like
it to
kind
the
of like an
youth family.
urgency.
Right, right. And some of the
Okay.
other things like food, not food, this youth services that we provided, and we
Okay.
provided to fire station and police department cash, like $250 or so that they can buy the PPEs that are
Okay.
required, but is appropriate according to their protocol, so they can buy
Okay.
it. So that's how it goes.
All right. So, as Rita mentioned, you do have the art auction coming up. How many fundraisers do you normally do when there is not a global pandemic?
Usually we do two raffles.
Okay.
Raffles are biggie because then we can just sell the raffle tickets, and it's
Okay.
been really popular because our gifts are great.
Oh yeah.
Right. So it used to be like $20 before, but during pandemic it's only $10
Okay.
each, and we were giving on sale. I don't want to
Yeah.
go through all that sale thing,
Right.
like how much the ticket and all that. But we
Okay.
had great tickets, great prizes, and local businesses, they kind of jumped in too.
Yeah.
Because Long Jeweler, they give us some jewelry piece, and then Wegmans gave us some $100 like Market
Excellent.
Basket, Targets,
Okay.
and you name it, and Princess Diamond, they are our members too now.
Oh,
After seeing
okay.
all those, what we are doing, and Capital Grill, they have been giving us gifts, so people see the great gifts for just little
Yeah.
price. So hey, why don't we do that? And we were sold out this time. People were asking for more.
Wow.
So we were just wondering what we can do during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But it was amazing. So yeah, so coming back to your question, we do two raffles.
Okay.
And then occasionally we used to do this art auction before. Then our focus went somewhere else. So
Okay.
now it's coming back to us, and this is great, and we would love people to do that because this is free of charge. It used to be paid before, so they can sign up online at bit.marlina.com. Everything is on the Facebook, on our website,
Okay.
and on the patch, I believe. So they can sign in. The registration start on May 3rd in the
Okay.
morning. So they can register, and first 75 people who are registering for this art auction will win a $100 Amazon gift card.
Oh, sweet.
Just for nothing. Just
Just
go in
for
there.
signing up?
Just for signing up.
Oh, wait.
The one person.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But, yeah.
Oh, so one of the
win-
first
win the-
75. It's
win.
another raffle.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. One of the
Okay.
first 75 people can win $100
Okay.
out of one. Sorry, thank you
Okay.
for correcting.
Because I'm thinking, wow.
Yeah,
75,
no,
that'd be pretty
no.
cool.
Sorry, I misspoke.
No, that's
yeah,
okay.
It's one
It's
of
exciting.
the Yes,
Why not?
just for signing up for 75 people, they will be putting into the raffle for winning $100.
Oh, okay.
And then on 13th of May,
Okay.
the registrants will get the email or information, or otherwise they will go to bid.marlina.com
Oh, okay.
and they can start bidding. So
Okay.
they don't have to be there in person. They can put their price on the 13th. It opens
Okay.
at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
And on 15th, that is Saturday in the evening, it will be live on Facebook. And people can still go to the same site, bid.marlina.com, and then they can put their bids at that time also.
Okay.
Because if somebody's overbidding
they
them, but
really
they didn't
want
want
it.
Yes, yes.
Gotta love those bidding wars. They're so exciting.
So it will be interesting. I hope people sign up for that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Rita had mentioned that the organization as a whole had to do a lot of changing during the pandemic.
Yes.
You know, like the virtual art auction as opposed to the real life one. And you've had to start meeting virtually instead of meeting in person. Have there been any practices any practices that you have done over the past year that once the COVID restrictions are lifted that you still see yourself doing?
Yes, yes, because it was such a challenging time during pandemic. We kind of reinvented ourselves. People are getting tech savvy. Some of the people that pre-pandemic, when we were talking about these overnight things, those virtual things, it was like we all want to meet in person.
Right.
But some of the people, when they go out to other countries, our members, they were not able to join, and the times are such, say, okay, let's do meeting. So now the people who could not be coming, sometimes there is some health issues or for any 100 reasons, or
Right.
snowstorm or something, we are still doing it. And hopefully we can meet in person soon, and at that
Hope so.
time we will see if we can have a hybrid meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, because everybody wants to meet
Right.
now. We are just okay, what is this? But now we are thinking if we can do some hybrid thing, that will be wonderful. And then our projects will remain the same. We continue to do the things. And if the seniors need our help, of course, because everything is IT, even the medicine, they are going telemedicine. Everybody has to register themselves online. Doctors are seeing them online, so they have to be tech savvy. And I must appreciate Rita, our current president. She started this initiative with the help of, I think, Kevin McKelvey and Rita. They discussed this, and we did great job. And then we are collaborating. The high school students, they have helped us big time.
Oh, yes.
And the Oracle people also, they coming into.
Okay.
I should not say Oracle, the Toastmaster Oracle, because Rotary has partners with lots of organizations and businesses. The big thing, for the youth also, we are doing the youth development, and there are like 4 programs for that. One is Rotaract, that is from I should say Interact first.
Okay.
Interact is from 12 years to 18 years, that's middle school and high school people. And then there is a Rotaract, that's 18 to or 19 years to 30 years of age. So those youth, they get involved because we want every child, every man to get involved with the community services. And then there is a Rotary Club, that's a natural progression from there.
So you can't join Rotary until you're 30 years old?
You can join when you are Interact. That's how we started.
Okay. I thought you had to be like, you have to be aged.
Anytime.
Okay.
Middle school is very new in the last 3 years. It used to be the high school, like 16 to 18 years old. That's this called Rotaract. So we want to get youth involved also. so that they know the community value and finding the meaning in life, making the difference in society, and
Exactly.
enjoy the Rotary moment when somebody smiles and you do services. That's kind of thing. And we are doing lots of great things.
Okay.
The polio, you see that polio pin I have.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Polio eradication, so it's biggie, and right now with our involvement with Bill and Melinda Gates organization, that their foundation,
Okay.
we are with CDC, we are with UNICEF, we are with WHO.
Oh, wow.
So all of those organizations, we are helping the world with getting the polio eradicated all
Okay.
together. So
And
today,
is this like something that's coming down from Rotary International and they're saying, hey, do you want to help?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Everybody, we contribute towards this fund. Rotary has an arm that's called Rotary Foundation. So
Okay.
we raise funds and then we contribute towards those funds. Every
Okay.
member contributes to the fund, and then that funds comes back to us. They like after 3 years or so, those funds come back to the district, and then district gives us like they contributed. So it's basically what goes around
Another
comes around.
Rotary thing.
Right,
I love the
exactly.
symbolism. This is so
So
fun.
that's how we did, and today the world is free of 99.9%. World is free of polio.
Yeah.
Only two countries are left with the polio. That's Pakistan and Afghanistan.
Oh, wow.
Rest of the world is polio free.
Yeah, I thought it had kind of gone away a while ago.
No.
I did not know
Africa,
that. See?
Africa was announced free of polio just
Okay.
recently. So hopefully we'll be 100% free of that little
Sounds
thing.
like you're getting close.
Yes, it's really good. And then we have now partnered with Humanity for Habitat for Humanity. People
Okay.
are building home for the homeless, and also it's a new thing that we did that you call it for eye care prevention of IABP, International Agency for the Blindness Prevention.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So they are doing, in India, they are doing the eye care van that's providing services to the people.
Is that like through the Lions Club or something? Because I thought they
They're all the
did
clubs because
stuff with
all
glasses.
Yeah, no,
blind.
it's not the glasses.
Okay.
It's providing services.
Oh, okay.
The doctors are there to provide free services, and then there are vans who will transport people from one camp to the facility or facility to the camp. So that's how we are
okay.
doing those things. And then we have seven.
The sign's gonna fall.
No,
Whoops.
it cannot fall. So we have seven focus areas.
Okay.
So those focus areas are like what you call the peace and conflict resolution,
Okay.
and maternal and child health, and then we have the health. Sorry, this distracting me.
Sorry.
So no, that's okay too. We can keep it.
Yeah, you
here
can leave it
then.
down.
Right. So there are like 6 areas: maternal child health and economic development, education,
Oh,
and
okay.
there are like 6 there, and then the 7th one is the environment.
Oh,
So 1.4 billion have already been given. 14 billion, actually, not 1.4. In the last 5 years, we have invested in this new environment protection. So that is our 7th area of focus
Wow.
here. Lots of things.
Where do you have time for all of this? Because I'm thinking, between the polio and the blindness and the environment and clean water and
People.
helping locally.
Yeah, we just invested some money into the program for the water. That's in Uganda. So
okay.
we collaborated with the Prior Lake Rotary Club in Minnesota.
Oh, okay.
So people reach out because we don't know what projects are out there. So
Right.
there is a bulletin that comes. We have the Rotary magazine that comes from like Rotary International.
Okay.
And then the district send the bulletins out to everyone. So we connect. That's what the district function is. So we can get connected with other clubs, and we get information. Basically, all the clubs are like autocratic club, autonomous club.
Okay.
But district has put some rules that we all have to follow,
Okay.
because and they guide us, they mentor us. That's what the role of the district is.
Okay.
So our district has 1,648 people right
Wow.
now. That
That's a
many
lot.
members of our club, our district. But the clubs are monitoring, and everybody is like, we have to do this thing. The passion I see, and I want to see. I see that Rotary Club, how much the work is Rotary Club doing, and being 2 clubs here in this
Yeah.
Burlington area. And then community should come forward, and I would love to see more people in our Rotary Club, because we are only 18 people, 16 paying members, and then 2 are our honorary members. But everybody is putting the best, their like 110% of their efforts into
we
making
are
community.
almost out of time. So how would
Right.
somebody become involved?
Yes, that's a
And
good
what
question.
are the qualifications that somebody needs?
Qualification, you need to have just a passion to serve the community. And then we invite you, even you and all the community, to please come and see what we are doing. These days, it's so easy to join us because we don't have to travel. We meet
True.
at 7:30 in the morning before anybody goes out to work. Thursday morning, just come at least once and see what we are doing. And then fill the membership. The Zoom meeting is there on the calendar.
Okay.
On our website, burlingtonbreakfastrotary.org, there is a calendar, and then you can click on the calendar. It will show you the link. And that calendar also has the information for this. And that Zoom link is there, and then click on the Zoom link, come in the meeting, and everybody is welcome, everybody.
You don't have to sign up, just see what it's about, see if you like
you
it.
just see how it is, just see what we are doing. And
Now, do you
I'm
have to have
sure-
that commitment of you have to be at every meeting once a week? Or?
No, not really. Because we can have the service if you're providing services. And what happens in our club or any Rotary Club, you become the member. We prefer you to come to the meeting like at least 50% of the time.
Okay.
Right. And then if you cannot make it to one club, wherever you go in the world, you find the Rotary Club. And you can attend that club.
Well,
for
that's pretty
example,
cool.
if I go to India or if I go to Florida, for example, and I find a Rotary Club there, and I just go, hey, when are you meeting? Because you can see the meeting. There is an app we can download on our phone and find the Rotary Club and go there.
Meet some new people.
Yeah, meet
I
new
love
people,
it.
see what they are doing, get connected. Because we are connected with so many clubs. Over here, I connected, our club connected with the Burlington Rotary Club, and Burlington Rotary Club members, they used to come to our meeting also. One of the members was regular visitor to our club, such a sweetheart. But with the pandemic, we don't see him as much. And then Medford Club, because last year when I was president, the theme was Rotary Connects the World. So we were connecting with different clubs, what they are doing, just to see how they are doing. And then when the club in India, we exchange our banners, small banners. We connected there, and like Rita mentioned, we started to reach out in India, and 2 of our members are there who are doing things. So just come on and just join and see how it is like, and who knows, maybe you will be the member tomorrow.
Well, you know what? We are out of time.
Yes.
So I want to thank you so much, and I also want to thank Rita for taking the time out of your schedules. It sounds like you're really busy schedules to come and share what the Breakfast Rotary Club is doing for our community, whether that community is within Burlington or our global community. So Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for
And
having us.
I also want to thank everyone at home for tuning in this evening. I hope you are as inspired to reach out and help others as best you can. If you need a little bit of help yourself, you can always check out the Burlington Breakfast Rotary Club. And I guess you can go out and have a happy springtime. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you around town. Good night.